subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
All right, we in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the building. Round of applause for you. All up in the spot. What's going on with y'all, man? Glad to have you guys up in here for the late night tap in. I've not done a tap in a couple of days. I have not done a tap in a couple of days, but I'm here now. I did my live join on YouTube earlier. Hope you guys tuned in for that. We had a great conversation on there. On my YouTube channel, which is Tariq Radio. All of you guys need to be tapped into that channel. Y'all need to go to Tariq Radio on YouTube, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you can get the daily broadcast. I post about 3 to 4 different videos a day. So y'all need to be tapped in with that. And we've been working very hard on the Hidden Color 6 movie. It's coming together real nicely. We got our sister who's in here now, Wanie. Give a round of applause to Wanie. Wanie's in Hidden Color 6, did a phenomenal job. Y'all stop asking me questions about Wanie. Wanie came to the set. Wanie had them legs out. Wanie was out there giving legs and thighs. And now niggas all in my DMs asking questions. I'm getting hit up by Percy Earl and Charlie Ray. And everybody trying to get action. There's some young dudes out here trying to get cougar love. Y'all leave Wanie alone. Wanie's a spiritual woman. All right, she's clean and wholesome. She doesn't want your sexual filth sliding in her DMs. Y'all stop asking me. I'm like, damn, I didn't know Wanie with that dick. Y'all do not go on our sisters. She's a spiritual woman. Don't do that. Y'all always show respect. She was showing them thighs for Jesus. All right. That's who them thighs are for. That's for the Lord. All right. So y'all stop asking me about Wanie. But we in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the building. I got to give some shout outs. Let me shout everybody out before I get started. And we're going to get some calls early. We got Brother Ani Asaru in the building. We got Sweets. We got Wanie, as we know, Little Old Me. We got Sheik. We got Maroc. We got Highland. We got Randy. We got Rennie. We got Suntan. We got the lovely Trinity in the building. We got Hoodoo, Ernez, Black Alpha in the building. The Tethernator. Brother out there in Hawaii, FBA Furball in the building. Y'all give a round of applause to FBA Furball. That's our solid brother right there. Out there holding it down in Hawaii and all that good stuff. But yeah, we in the building, man. We in the building. And I'm gonna get some calls in a minute. I'm gonna get some calls from you guys. Have y'all know? I got to get more active on TikTok. I don't be on TikTok like that, but boy, I notice on TikTok every day people are sending me videos. Folks have a lot of FBA discussions on TikTok. TikTok has a lot of FBA discussions. It's flooded with it, and a lot of whining. Yeah, you have whining tethers on there. Our FBA, y'all separating out yourself from everybody. This did wrong. Oh Lord. A lot of the tethers, they're so mad that we have delineated and we're just not letting people tack on to us no more. We're not being disrespectful. Look, we still rock, with everybody. I can speak for me. I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for me. I'm cool with people in the diaspora. I'm cool with people in the Caribbean, Africa. I'm cool with everybody, even with Hidden Color 6. Some of my East Coast crew who was working on the film, some of the behind the scenes people, had some African and Caribbean brothers working with us. So I still work with and rock with some of our African and Caribbean brothers. We don't have an issue with that. It's all about everybody respecting our lineage. That's it. The only people who have a problem are tethers, the tether class. Most people in the diaspora are actually cool, and they see how we respect our lineage, so they respect it. But you have the tether class. And the tether class, who's been tethering off of us so long, now that gravy train is drying up, um, they're doing a lot of whining, kicking, and screaming because, the delineation movement has taken off bigger than a lot of people expected. A lot of people are recognizing now, as you notice, especially on TikTok and other places and other social media and just in everyday life, people are recognizing and acknowledging their foundational Black American lineage. So they try to do some psychological games on social media. Man, don't nobody, FBA, that's just on Twitter. Outside of Twitter, don't nobody know. That's some shit that tethers tell themselves to sleep good at night while they got a belly full of egusi. That's what they do. They have to tell themselves little shit like that. The fact that the delineation movement is big and they know it. That's why they are butthurt, crying, and losing sleep. Is bigger than they want to admit, and they know it. It's big enough to crash out a political party during election season. So the delineation movement has spread like wildfire. And, they've been running think tanks and trying to figure out how this thing popped off the way it did so quickly, so vastly, and in such an organized manner. They're really trying to figure this thing out. But the thing is, the reason why there's such a popularity with people acknowledging their foundational Black American lineage is because it's a clear lineage based identity. It's not like broad, ambiguous terms like Black or African American. Well, there's nothing wrong with Black, but too many people were able to tether on to just Black. So we had to kind of put some prefaces on it. African American is completely out the window. We ain't doing that. So this delineation movement, it provided specific lineage-based identity rooted in the descendants of freedmen who were enslaved here in the U.S. and who built this nation. And the clarity was very important. We made it very clear. So anytime people come in and start acting dumb, that's what it is. They're acting dumb. But we put clarity to the game. It's very clear. It's not confusing. Also, there's a rejection of Pan-Africanism without reciprocity. A lot of foundational Black Americans feel like Pan-Africanism has been one-sided, which it has been, and foundational Black Americans showing support for global causes and not receiving the same solidarity in return. That made us say, okay, we need to focus on us. So this movement of delineation, it offers a self-focused alternative that prioritizes domestic justice and respect, which is a great thing, you see. Another thing, the reason why it has taken off the way it has, because a lot of the tethers who are whining and complaining, they're like, why is this shit so big now? Is it the FBA, the FBI and the CIA? They start talking about FBI, CIA bullshit. It's hard for them to fathom that this is a complete grassroots movement with independent origins. This movement wasn't created by institutions. It wasn't created by politicians. It wasn't created by celebrities. It was grassroots voices. You know? So people know how authentic and organic it is. You see, you can never beat the grassroots, man. You can never beat the grassroots, see? And we learned that we have to start tapping back into our own grassroots energy. Just start doing things out the mud instead of letting the corporate structure hand us down talking points, hand us down representatives, hand us down spokespersons. See, we start asking questions about everybody who's just popping up speaking for us. When the Rollins and all of these people pop up talking dumbass stuff, we're like, no, 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 no. Man, the Democrats sent you. We're watching the talking points. Who's talking for the grassroots and for the Black community in a constructive manner without trying to latch us on to some bullshit? You see, like the Jasmine Crockett's, and I'm not trying to beat up on her. Every time she open her mouth, she does all that sister girl sassy stuff. If you notice, that woman don't talk about no Black issues. She be out here running around talking about immigrants all the time. Every time I see Jasmine Crockett, she's talking about how important a goddamn immigrant is. You don't never see her. I haven't. I don't see her talking about Black issues or issues that relate to us here specifically. So all we get is sister girl sass bundles and um, um, eyelashes and dance routines. You dig what I'm saying? So we're rejecting that. People are rejecting that because they see it's phony. People are looking at our lineage like, okay, we need to get stuff for our lineage. And also the reason why it was such a vast movement and it grew so quickly is because it's a response to cultural erasure. See, Foundational Black Americans, we've always had our contributions to music, fashion, slang, politics, activism, and this stuff got co-opted and erased. And we just got tired of the shit. So we said, hey, we're gonna let's kind of gatekeep a little bit so we can at least preserve our unique cultural legacy because other people keep trying to rewrite and dilute it. And we're like, enough of that. We're not doing that. We're not going to let these people pretend that we're invisible while they ride on our coattails. So this delineation movement was very, very, very much needed. And as we know, it was an economic justice claim for reparations. We centered reparations, we centered that conversation around lineage-based justice. So shifting the narrative from that vague diversity nonsense, we're talking about concrete compensation for the descendants of freedmen. So we made that one of the big political issues, and we didn't step away from that, you see, and that mobilized a lot of people. A lot of people got on board, and what we needed to do, we had to delineate because every time we start talking about reparative economic justice, some melanated clown would jump up like, we don't need no damn reparations. Why are we begging white folks? And then we start looking in these people's background. They're from the goddamn Caribbean somewhere. So we cut all of that nonsense out, which is very necessary, you see, because the immigration thing, they kept bringing in these non-FBA immigrants, excuse me, and we start looking at the gatekeeping and the displacement happening in academia, entertainment, and politics. You see, we start looking around, and all of a sudden, we get all of these non FBAs at all of the schools teaching, and they're acting as deans, and they have these weird ass anti FBA dispositions. I always bring up that one tether professor out there. I want to say in Philadelphia somewhere or Pennsylvania. I forgot what school she's in. But yeah, it was a Nigerian woman who's a damn professor. And there was another Nigerian dude who was a professor at a university in New York. And we saw them online looking at some of their tweets calling us all types of akatas. But some of them are teaching at HBCUs and other schools. But we're akatas online. So that became unacceptable. We said, you're not going to be doing that. We're not going to play that game, you see. And then we start seeing all of these non FBAs playing in these historic roles that were depicting foundational Black Americans. We saw that was a deliberate effort to kind of erase us and dilute our influence. So we said enough is enough. We had to call that stuff out, you see. And a lot of the stuff that we've done on social media, that was a game changer too, because we bypassed a lot of the mainstream media and we started to reach millions of people in real time with real breakdowns of news, history, strategies, and people they really like truth telling and empowerment. And a lot of these voices on the grassroots, we deliver that, and people can respect that. You see. And also another thing too, we stopped letting them manipulate us with political parties because look, we were betrayed from both parties, dude. Let's just keep that shit a buck. Both parties, they've been shitting on us. So this movement has grown really because the traditional political parties, they failed to deliver. So we said, hey, we're demanding tangibles, not symbolisms from anybody. And if nobody gives it, we're just going to focus on us. And the more we focus on us, we're going to get strength anyway. It's a win-win situation for us. If y'all don't give us what we need, we're going to focus on ourselves and create our own power vacuum, which is cool. Or y'all can give up them tangibles and then we can live harmoniously, which is cool too. So you make a choice. Either way, we're going to be good. Either way, foundational Black Americans are not going to let y'all scare us no more. What happens on this app right here? Every night, Democrat shields call up like RJ. Is he in? RJ's probably in here now. They send the same Democrat shields in here. Hello, niggas. Oh, Trump is crashing the economy, nigga. Trump is going to deport you niggas too. Okay, shut up. No, he ain't, y'all. Trump is going to get rid of Black History Month. Okay. Juneteenth is going to go out of the window. I mean, there's no more hot sauce and crab legs. Y'all just saying anything. Y'all desperate. Y'all just saying any damn thing. You see? But the real deal is, man, we have a lot of historical pride and ancestral legacy. See, many foundational Black Americans, we're teaching each other about the hidden legacies of resistance and invention, land ownership, freedom fighting from our specific ancestors. You see. So paying homage to that, that gives you spiritual strength, man. I'm telling you. And I learned this by going on these plantations and studying history, recognizing history, upholding history. When you show respect to your ancestors, they show spiritual respect to you. See, that's been the con game that we have not been taught. We've been taught to sit here and um, give reverence to distant African deities, which can be cool in certain contexts, but we've always been taught to overlook our wonderful foundational Black American ancestors who was putting in work on this soil. That's where the strength is, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the power is. You give respect, praise, and honor to these ancestors who were sacrificing for us specifically. They were enduring all of that stuff so that we could be good. They had us, the future generation, in mind. Like, yes, I'm out here enduring this pain, this suffering, this hardship, but I want to make sure my people are going to be good so they don't have to deal with this. So I'm going to stay alive so that I can keep my legacy intact so that my future generation can get justice for what's happening to me right now. That is our job, ladies and gentlemen. That is our mission. Let me get some folks in here on this line because we have a lot of folks in here. Brother McCall, I see you down there. Brother Daniel, who's also in HC6, spitting hot fire. I see you down there, player. Let me see. Let's get some folks in here. Y'all raise your hand if you are ready to get in here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I see we got sassy wide hip niggas in here, which we're not. I don't really want to hear from sassy wide hip dudes. Okay, y'all can go use a hula hoop or something. Do some wide hip nigga activities. You go do that. Let's get Marlon in the building. Let's get Marlon in the building. Then we'll get Earth in the building.
Brother Flex.
What's up, Marlon?
How you doing, Brother Flex?
I'm good.
This is
Go ahead.
I'm calling in from you from Detroit to LA. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, I'll be real quick, brother. I won't take up the line because I want the rest of the FBA family to be able to get on. You know, you were speaking about what Iceberg Slim was saying in the book Trick Baby.
Yeah.
And that chapter, it was called chapter 18, and the title of that chapter was Robert Beck. He was ahead of his time, and that chapter was called The Haters. That's where you'll find that at.
The
Chapter
Haters?
The Haters. That's what it's called, The Haters.
Okay, I got to check that. Okay, I'm gonna look into that.
Yep, chapter 18, Trick Baby in the book. Chapter 18 is called The Haters.
Okay.
And the second point I wanted to make was Flex. Do you remember when you had the Mac lessons and you had the segment on there where it's called Pet Niggas?
I think so.
Okay, I remember that. I often listen to that. And I said, I don't know who this Annette Albright is or whoever, but I said, we got a sector of us who have a problem when we all stand up, face and fight white supremacy, and they want to jump up and protect them and act like they got an attitude with us.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. There's a woman named Annette Albright, and she be in here lurking. She might be in here now. She's like a little weird light-skinned lady, a little middle-aged weird light-skinned lady. And from what I see, she's a conservative, but she's like one of them. I think she's MAGA. I don't know. But she's out there in the East Coast somewhere. And every time, like we're talking about this case in Texas with Carmelo Anthony, and she's really defending the suspected white supremacists. She's really, really defending them real heavy. And she's mammying it up real heavy. You know, like she's on some leave the white folks alone type of thing. So she's mammying it up real heavy. It's giving real like middle-aged bedwench vibes. That's the energy that she's on.
Root work tonight. Root work tonight. Root work tonight. Root work tonight. I'll be feeling so right. I got that root work tonight. Feeling fresh from the morning light. Root work hit me, I'm set for the night. Look good, smell right. Yeah, I'm that type. I gotta let the world know I got that root work tonight. Root work.